right now at 6. Another day of summer-like temperatures out there, but should we expect any rain this evening? All the details coming up in just a couple of moments. But first, Ohio voters have spoken. They rejected the proposal to make it more difficult for citizens to amend the state constitution. Thank you for joining us for 7 News at 6. I'm Steve Moore. In last night's August special election, 57% of Ohioans voted no on issue 1. That would have mandated that amendments to the state constitution receive 60% of support from voters in the state. It would also have required that petitions for amendments receive signatures from 5% of voters in every Ohio county. The rejection of the measure makes it easier for the pro-abortion amendment to pass in the fall election. Senator Sherrod Brown is among those who are glad to see the defeat of issue 1, calling it a product of power-hungry politicians. 7 News reporter Colin Roos is live to tell us what he thinks the vote says about Ohioans' priorities. Colin.
Steve, Senator Brown says the most stunning part of last night's election wasn't the result, it was the turnout. He sees the close to 40% who voted as vindication for what he calls Ohio's belief in democracy. He had harsh words for the intentions of those who put issue 1 up for a vote, calling it a power grab by Columbus politicians. The senator accused them of scheduling it in August to depress the number of voters who showed up to the polls. He also thinks that it was a proxy vote on what should happen with abortion in Ohio.
Make no mistake, this issue 1 on August 8th is about abortion. Take them at their word. It's clear they tried to rig the system and try to stop the 700,000 petitioners and ultimately the 2 million voters or so that insisted that abortion rights should be part of the Constitution and part of everyday life in Ohio.
Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose released a statement expressing disappointment on the failure of issue 1. He calls it a victory for out-of-state interests and feels it's an assault on Ohio's Constitution. He also expressed appreciation for the 1.3 million Ohioans that voted yes. The vote to decide whether or not Ohioans have a state constitutional right to abortion will take place on November 7th. Live in the 7 News studio, I'm Colin Roos, working for you.